Essential pillars of support. After 60, stronger than family. As we journey through life and approach our 60s and beyond, a profound question often emerges: who will truly be by our side when we need them most? While the answer might seem obvious when we're younger, our cherished family, our dearest friends, the familiar faces we've known for years, the landscape of support can shift dramatically as we age. Life, in its unpredictable nature, brings about changes. People become busier, priorities evolve, and suddenly, the dependable support system we once took for granted may not be as readily available as we once imagined. This video embarks on a vital exploration to uncover 6 fundamental pillars of support that, as we grow older, often prove to be even more steadfast and reliable than familial ties. It's important to clarify, this is not about pushing loved ones away or diminishing their importance. Rather, it's a deep dive into understanding where true, unwavering stability originates and ensuring we are not left feeling vulnerable when we require support the most. By consciously building a robust foundation upon these 6 essential pillars, we gain a profound sense of security and independence, empowering us to navigate life's inevitable challenges with grace and confidence. We strongly encourage you to stay with us until the very end, as the insights revealed within these 6 pillars have the potential to fundamentally alter your perception of what true support entails. By the conclusion of our discussion, you will possess the knowledge and understanding to face life's uncertainties without feeling powerless, alone, or unprepared. Now let us commence our journey. Our first pillar, and perhaps the most fundamental, is your financial stability. It's a hard truth, but the most reliable form of support you will ever possess is not a person. It is your own financial independence. While money may not be the direct path to happiness, it undeniably purchases security, grants freedom, and bestows peace of mind. As the years advance, the realization dawns that depending on family for financial assistance is not a prudent plan. It is, in fact, a significant risk. Your children, much like yourself, have their own lives, their own financial obligations, and their own families to nurture and support. Even with the deepest love they hold for you, there may come a time when they are simply not in a position to offer the help you require. Consider the story of Richard, a gentleman of 72, who had always operated under the assumption that his children would readily step in should he ever encounter financial difficulties. He had faithfully supported them through their educational journeys, extended loans during their times of need, and was always available when they called. However, when an unforeseen medical emergency depleted his savings, his turn to his children for help revealed a stark reality. They too were grappling with their own mortgages, their own mounting bills, and their own financial anxieties. This wasn't a reflection of their lack of care, but rather a testament to the unpredictable nature of life itself. This is precisely why financial stability stands as one of the most formidable pillars of support one can cultivate. It's not about accumulating vast wealth, but about being thoroughly prepared. It's about having a well-thought-out plan for emergencies, a consistent and dependable source of income, and a clear, comprehensive understanding of how to manage your finances effectively, thereby eliminating the necessity of depending on anyone else to simply get by. If you find yourself in your 60s or beyond, it is imperative to ask yourself, do I have sufficient savings to cover unexpected expenses? Is my retirement income secure and sustainable? Have I taken proactive steps to minimize financial risks that could potentially leave me vulnerable? If your answers reveal any areas of concern, the time to take decisive action is now. Dedicate yourself to learning the art of wise budgeting, diligently avoid unnecessary debt, and thoughtfully invest in avenues that promise long-term financial security. For at the end of the day, your financial well-being is the solitary element that will steadfastly stand by your side, irrespective of whatever challenges life may present. The second indispensable pillar is your physical health. There exists a singular element in life that no amount of love, money, or external support can ever truly replace, and that is your health. Beyond the age of 60, your body will either emerge as your most valiant ally or become your most significant impediment. The unvarnished truth is that you can possess all the financial security imaginable, but should your health falter, your freedom will invariably vanish. While your family may hold deep affection for you, they cannot undertake physical exercise on your behalf, nor can they meticulously manage your diet for you, nor can they reverse the inevitable effects of aging. This profound responsibility rests solely and squarely upon your shoulders. Regrettably, far too many individuals neglect their health, operating under the misguided assumption that when the time arises, someone will undoubtedly be present to attend to their needs. However, the stark reality is that even with the most loving family, their own lives with their own demands and limitations may prevent them from having the time, energy, or physical capacity to serve as your full-time caregiver. Furthermore, relying on others to meticulously manage your well-being can ultimately leave you feeling disempowered and devoid of control. This is precisely why prioritizing your health today stands as one of the most crucial investments you can possibly make in your future. Take, for instance, the story of Carl, a 68-year-old gentleman who had consistently maintained an active lifestyle throughout his younger years, but allowed himself to become sedentary following his retirement. He had always believed he had ample time to regain his physical fitness. Yet, before he quite realized it, his energy levels plummeted, his mobility diminished, and even the simplest daily tasks became arduous. His children visited as frequently as their busy schedules allowed, but they could not be present every single day to assist him. Ultimately, Carl came to a profound realization. If he wished to preserve his cherished independence, he had to seize control of his health. Not tomorrow, not next year, but right now. You are not required to train like an elite athlete. However, small, consistent efforts can yield monumental differences. Make it a daily practice to move your body, nourish it with foods that provide sustained energy rather than detract from it, and approach your regular medical checkups with the utmost seriousness. If you have been inadvertently ignoring subtle warning signs, persistent aches and pains that refuse to subside, demonstrable difficulties with walking, noticeable shifts in your energy levels, it is unequivocally time to cease dismissing them. Your future self will undoubtedly express immense gratitude for every healthy choice you conscientiously make today, because at the conclusion of the day, your most robust support system is not comprised of your children, your siblings, or your friends. It is your own inherent capacity to remain strong, active, and capable. And the more you prioritize your health now, the less you will find yourself reliant on anyone else down the line. If you are still engaged with this video and finding these insights to be of genuine value, we kindly request that you express your presence by commenting with the number 2 below. This simple act lets us know you are here and actively participating. And if by chance you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we highly recommend doing so and activating the notification bell to ensure you never miss any of our future informative and inspiring videos. Now, let us continue our journey forward. Our third crucial pillar is your social circle. One of the most significant missteps individuals make as they enter their senior years is the unfortunate tendency towards self-imposed isolation. This often happens subtly. Friends relocate, loved ones pass away, and before one can fully comprehend it, one's social circle has contracted to a degree far beyond what was ever anticipated. The inherent problem with this dwindling network is that without strong, vibrant friendships, loneliness can insidiously creep in, and loneliness, particularly after the age of 60, can be remarkably detrimental. It doesn't merely impact your emotional state, it profoundly affects your overall health, your mental acuity, and can even, regrettably, shorten your lifespan. You might subconsciously assume that your family will perpetually be available to provide constant companionship. However, here lies a fundamental truth. Your children have their own demanding lives, replete with careers, families of their own, and a multitude of responsibilities that occupy their time and energy. While they may love you deeply and unconditionally, they simply cannot serve as your sole source of companionship. relationship. This is precisely why one of the most vital pillars of support is your social network. The individuals who consistently check in on you, who elicit laughter, and who infuse your life with positive energy. These relationships are not a mere luxury, they are an absolute necessity. Consider the example of Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who had always relied heavily on her family for companionship. She had 2 sons, both of whom adored her dearly. However, as the years progressed, they became increasingly engrossed in their professional lives and the demands of raising their own children. They still made phone calls, of course, but the frequency of daily visits and weekend gatherings gradually diminished. Margaret began to experience profound loneliness, anxiously awaiting phone calls that did not always materialize. Then, she decided to implement a change. She actively began reconnecting with old friends, joined a local community group, and even embarked on new hobbies that naturally introduced her to new people. Suddenly, her life was brimming with stimulating conversations, shared moments of joy and laughter, and a renewed sense of purpose. She no longer had to passively wait for her family to feel connected. She actively cultivated that connection herself. Friendships, community groups, and even casual acquaintances offer something truly priceless, a profound sense of belonging, whether it's a friendly neighbor with whom you exchange pleasantries, a book club that stimulates your intellect, or a fitness group at your local gym. Having individuals in your life outside of your immediate family creates an invaluable foundation of emotional strength. And the more meaningful connections you actively build now, the more robust support you will undoubtedly have in the years to come. Therefore, ask yourself, who are the individuals currently in your life who consistently bring you joy and uplift your spirit? If your answer isn't immediately clear or comprehensive, it is unequivocally time to expand your social circle. Because at the end of the day, a strong social network is not merely about having company. It is about cultivating relationships with people who genuinely lift you up, who constantly remind you of your inherent worth, and who make every stage of life immeasurably richer. Our 4th essential pillar is your sense of purpose. One of the most profoundly overlooked sources of support throughout life is not another person, but rather your own deeply ingrained sense of purpose. As individuals reach their 60s and beyond, many begin to experience a significant shift in their life's trajectory. The roles that once provided a clear sense of meaning, being a parent, a professional, a caregiver, begin to naturally fade. Retirement becomes a reality, children achieve independence, and the general pace of life often slows considerably. In the absence of a clear and compelling sense of direction, it becomes remarkably easy to start feeling invisible, unneeded, or even profoundly lost. The undeniable truth is that no matter how deeply your family loves you, they cannot magically bestow a sense of purpose upon you. This is something that you must actively and intentionally build for yourself. Possessing a compelling reason to greet each morning with enthusiasm, whether it stems from a burning passion, an engaging project, or a meaningful goal, is crucial for maintaining a sharp mind, steady emotions, and a life brimming with fulfillment. It is this sense of purpose that keeps you actively engaged with the world around you, rather than merely observing it from the sidelines. Consider the example of George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. Upon leaving the workforce, he was initially thrilled at the prospect of finally relaxing and enjoying his leisure time. However, after a few months, he began to feel a pervasive sense of restlessness, as if a vital component of his life was missing. His days felt hollow, and while his children visited occasionally, they too had their own lives and responsibilities to attend to. It was at this juncture that George made a conscious decision to take proactive steps. He began volunteering at a local school where he enthusiastically taught young children the fundamental principles of building and crafting. Before long, he had discovered a new, deeply satisfying reason to wake up each morning, something that made him feel genuinely valued, incredibly useful, and actively engaged with life. Your sense of purpose does not necessarily need to originate from a traditional job. It can manifest in any activity that ignites your spirit and makes you feel truly alive. This could involve learning a new skill, mentoring others, tending to a garden, pursuing artistic endeavors like painting, embarking on adventurous travels, or even simply setting and achieving personal goals. The essence lies in engaging in activities that bring you intrinsic joy and actively keep your mind and spirit stimulated. If you have found yourself harboring the belief that your most fulfilling days are irrevocably behind you, it is time to decisively challenge that mindset. Your purpose is not something that necessarily diminishes with age. Rather, it evolves. And the more diligently you invest in finding meaning in your daily life, the less you will find yourself needing to rely on external sources for your happiness. Because at the conclusion of the day, the most potent form of support you can possibly possess is not someone gently holding your hand. It is the persistent internal fire within you that continually propels you forward. If you are still with us and finding these insights profoundly valuable, we kindly request that you comment with the number 4 below to signal your engagement. Your participation is greatly appreciated. Furthermore, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, we wholeheartedly encourage you to do so and to activate the notification bell. This ensures you won't miss out on any of our future content. Your support is instrumental in enabling us to continue creating valuable content that informs and inspires our audience. Now, let us move onward. Our 5th pillar, undeniably crucial, is your emotional resilience. Life, in its inherent nature, has a remarkable way of testing each and every one of us, regardless of our age. After the age of 60, life's challenges do not cease to exist. They simply transform and present themselves in new forms. Friendships may gracefully fade, beloved family members may pass on, health issues can arise, and at times, life can feel more solitary than it once did. The profound truth is that regardless of the amount of external support you may receive from others, the most consistently reliable source of inner strength will invariably emanate from within. Your innate ability to adapt to challenging circumstances, to process your emotions in a healthy and constructive manner, and to find a sense of peace even amidst difficult moments is precisely what empowers you to move forward even when the unfolding of events deviates from your expectations. Tragically, a considerable number of individuals place an excessive reliance on their family members to serve as their primary emotional support system, firmly believing that their children, siblings, or extended relatives will always be readily available to offer comfort and solace. However, the practical reality is that each individual navigates their own set of personal battles and challenges. Consequently, they may not always possess the requisite time or emotional energy to consistently provide the emotional stability that you might require. This is precisely why cultivating robust emotional resilience is of paramount importance. It liberates you to discover inner strength within yourself rather than perpetually seeking validation and comfort from external sources. Consider the poignant story of Helen, a 75-year-old woman who experienced the profound loss of her husband of 40 years. In the immediate aftermath, she naturally leaned heavily on her children for emotional support. However, as time progressed, she astutely recognized that while they cared for her deeply, they also had their own families and responsibilities that demanded their attention. She understood that she could not realistically expect them to completely fill the void she felt within. Rather than allowing grief to overwhelm her, Helen strategically focused on strengthening herself emotionally. She joined a dedicated support group, commenced a practice of regular journaling, and consciously incorporated daily gratitude exercises into her routine. Over time, she discovered something truly powerful. She didn't require someone else to fix her sadness. She possessed the inherent strength within herself to heal. Emotional resilience is not about suppressing your feelings or projecting an image of unwavering strength at all times. Rather, it is about acknowledging your pain, processing it through healthy and constructive avenues, and developing effective coping mechanisms that enable you to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and fortitude. It involves establishing personal personal outlets, whether through writing, meditation, professional therapy, or simple introspection, that help you discover internal peace without being dependent on others to provide it for you. Regardless of the nature of the challenges that life may present, your capacity to stand strong on your own will forever remain one of your most significant and enduring sources of support. The more consciously you nurture your emotional resilience, the less you will find yourself dependent on others to feel complete or whole, because at the final analysis, the individual who will invariably accompany you through every hardship and celebrate every triumph is you. Our sixth and final pillar, critical for navigating the complexities of later life, is your ability to adapt. If there is one singular truth that stands out about life beyond 60, it is this: nothing remains static. People evolve, circumstances inevitably shift, and the very things you once relied upon may no longer be as dependable as they once were. The true key to not merely surviving, but truly thriving during this distinct stage of life lies not in clinging tenaciously to the past, but in your inherent ability to adapt. Those who experience the greatest difficulties with the process of aging are frequently the individuals who resist change, who hold on too tightly to what was, rather than wholeheartedly embracing what is. Conversely, those who master the art of adjusting, who remain open to new experiences, and who actively welcome evolving possibilities, invariably discover profound joy and lasting fulfillment, regardless of what life may bring. Many individuals harbor the misconception that once they reach a certain age, they become inherently set in their ways, resistant to deviation. However, such a rigid mindset can prove to be remarkably detrimental. It can act as a significant barrier, preventing you from discovering exciting new opportunities, forming meaningful new connections with people, and acquiring knowledge that could immeasurably enrich your life. Being adaptable transcends merely accepting change. It involves actively seeking out and embracing ways to grow alongside it. Consider the compelling example of Frank, a spry 78-year-old gentleman who had always placed significant value on in-person friendships as his primary means of staying connected. As many of his close friends began to relocate or, sadly, pass away, Frank initially felt a profound sense of disorientation. He thought to himself, "I suppose this is simply the inevitable reality of getting older." However, instead of resigning himself to a future of loneliness, Frank made a pivotal decision to adapt. He diligently learned how to utilize video calling technology to maintain regular contact with his distant family members, joined an online discussion group dedicated to exploring historical topics, and, remarkably, forged several new friendships through these digital avenues. Instead of allowing the natural progression of change to defeat him, he actively allowed himself to evolve and grow with it. The individuals who truly flourish and find happiness after the age of 60 are not necessarily those who possess the most abundant resources or the most extensive support networks. Rather, they are the ones who resolutely refuse to become stagnant, who remain perpetually curious, and who consistently discover innovative ways to adjust and thrive no matter what life may unexpectedly present. If one door closes, they diligently seek out another. If a particular relationship undergoes a transformation, they actively find new and meaningful ways to stay connected. If a current approach is no longer proving effective, they possess the willingness and courage to explore and implement something different. Your inherent ability to adapt stands as one of the most invaluable pillars of support you will ever possess. It equips you to navigate life's journey with resilience, optimism, and an unshakable sense of confidence. And the more you consciously embrace change, rather than succumbing to fear of it, the less you will perceive yourself as losing something precious, and the more you will realize that every distinct stage of life offers a wealth of new opportunities for gain and personal growth. If you are still actively engaged with this content and finding these insights to be exceptionally helpful, please type the number 6 in the comments section below to confirm your continued viewership. Your active participation and feedback are incredibly motivating and encourage us to continue producing content that truly matters to you. Furthermore, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, we strongly recommend that you do so and activate the notification bell to ensure you are promptly alerted to all our future video releases. Your support plays a vital role in enabling us to continue creating high-quality content that informs and inspires our global audience. In final thoughts, reaching the milestone of 60 and beyond represents a significant and transformative phase of life, one that is rich with accumulated wisdom and, invariably, presents its own unique set of challenges. While family members will always occupy a uniquely special and irreplaceable place in your heart, the undeniable reality is that the most consistently reliable forms of support you will ever encounter are not primarily found in other people. Instead, they are discovered within the robust and carefully constructed foundation that you meticulously build for yourself. Your financial stability ensures that you are never compelled to depend on the generosity or availability of others to navigate your daily life. Your physical health is the determining factor in whether you can maintain your cherished freedom and personal independence. Your social circle actively keeps you connected, engaged, and emotionally fulfilled. Your sense of purpose imbues your life with profound meaning and a clear sense of direction, irrespective of your chronological age. Your emotional resilience fortifies you against life's inevitable hardships and unexpected blows. And finally, your ability to adapt empowers you to not only cope, but to truly thrive, even when circumstances do not unfold according to your initial plans. Should you have these 6 essential pillars firmly in place, you will never again feel utterly alone. You will never be forced to plead for support, experience helplessness during difficult times, or passively wait for someone else to step in and resolve your challenges, because the ultimate truth is that genuine, lasting stability does not stem from the hopeful anticipation that others will be present for you. Rather, it arises from the profound and reassuring knowledge that you are already fully equipped and prepared to stand strong and unwavering, no matter what life may ultimately bring your way. We sincerely thank you for joining us on this insightful journey today. We are genuinely eager to hear from you. Please feel welcome to leave a comment below, sharing at least one significant takeaway you gained from today's discussion and outlining how you intend to implement it in your own life. Your perspectives are of immense value to us, so please do not hesitate to share your thoughts openly. Reading your comments provides us with invaluable motivation and encouragement. If you found this video to be enjoyable and demonstrably helpful, we kindly request that you express your appreciation by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and sharing it with others who might also benefit. Your support is crucial in enabling us to continue creating valuable content that informs and inspires our audience. Thank you for dedicating your time to watching. We eagerly anticipate connecting with you in our next video.